purpose of the human mind is to make sure that we survive and we are safe. So it is constantly picking up information from the environment to make sure that we are safe, warning us of any dangers, any harmful things, or anything that might hurt us. And normally that would be a great thing for us, right? But is it really? Let's find out. Hi everyone, my name is Radhika and I'm a family constellation therapist. To understand this a little bit deeper, let's compare two scenarios. One at the time of our ancestors, the cavemen, and one in our modern day life. So at the time of our ancestors, it was actually required to make sure they're safe, they're surviving, because there's so many physical dangers around them. And the mind had to constantly work to warn them. Our modern minds are somewhat similar. They're constantly warning us of anything that may be harmful or that may hurt us. But most of us in this time are not in actual physical danger. So the modern mind is actually doing all the worrying, thinking about the worst case scenarios, analyzing anything or overthinking things that may actually harm us. Let's look at a few examples. Maybe your boss sent you an email and you suddenly go into panic mode that no, I need to finish this, and why did he say this? What did he mean behind this? And you start thinking about the worst case scenarios, right? Or for example, if you go to a social setting and you're someone who's a bit anxious when they go into a social setting. As soon as you enter, there are a lot of people standing in front of you and you start thinking, oh, maybe that person's talking about me, or maybe they're laughing at me, or maybe they don't like what I'm wearing, or they're commenting on it. Let's understand another scenario, okay? So at the time of our ancestors, they needed to gather all this information, go back to it to understand, okay, we survived this scenario. How did we survive it? And what are the things that we did to survive? And maybe how can we improve on it? And the modern mind is somewhat similar, right? But most of the scenarios that we overthink about, that we go over and over again in our mind, may actually not be helpful. Like for example, maybe you sent your friend a message, okay, and they did not respond, and then your mind starts making things up and telling you that, oh, why didn't she respond? Usually she responds on time, and this time she didn't. Maybe she's upset with me, maybe I did something wrong. Thinking about all of these things and comparing it to scenarios that happened in the past versus now. And now that you're aware that how does the mind actually work, the next time you find yourself in a situation like this, I want you to take a step back, take a few deep breaths, and actually check in with yourself. How do you want to take it further? Is it something that is actually life-threatening that you actually need to worry about? And talk to your mind and have a conversation with yourself that, hey, maybe I don't want to worry about this, or this is not that important. So take a conscious decision on how you want to react in that scenario.